skies we stand. Champions gather from every land. Every journey, every mile has brought them here for one more trial. Every heartbeat, every frame, every player, every name. Tonight, the story starts again. Hear the call of the North, where champions rise under Scandinavian skies. Hear the call of the North, where legends are born and history lives forevermore. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, hear the call of the North. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. This is more than competition. This is tradition. This is family. Another name will enter the Hall of Champions. The lanes remember, the crowd remembers. Champions leave, but their names remain forever. From Australia, Jason Belmonte. Power, personality, passion. From the United States, Kyle Troop. From Denmark, Karsten Hansen. Year after year, frame after frame, another champion earns his name. The trophy changes hands, but the legend remains. Hall of Champions, hear their names. Then the world stopped, the lanes became silent, but the dream remained. When the lights returned, so did the champions. From Denmark, Matthias Ankerdal. From the United States, AJ Johnson. Sweden waited, Sweden believed. Jesper Svensson stepped forward. Another American champion, Sean Rash. They came from across the world and answered the call. Belmonte, Truth, Hansen, Ankerdal, Johnson, Svensson, Rash. Names written forever in the Hall of Champions. History is never finished. A new chapter begins. The best return. New challengers arrive. Somewhere in this field is the next Hall of Champions name. Every year the dream is new. You can practice, you can prepare. But beneath these lights, there is nowhere left to hide. Every spare, every strike, every frame can change it all. Someone answers the call. Hear the call of the North, where champions rise under Scandinavian skies. Hear the call of the North, where legends are born from every country, from every shore. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, hear the call of the North. The journey gets harder, the field gets smaller. Sunday, August 30th, the final steps begin. 9 o'clock. Final step. 1. 4 o'clock. Final step. 2. 12 o'clock. Final step. 3. 4 o'clock. Final step. 4. 5:30. One night away from destiny. Monday, August 31st, 7 o'clock. The semifinals. The lights burn brighter. The crowd gets louder. Finally, there are only two. One match, one trophy, one champion. Who will rise? Who will answer the call? Hear the call of the North. This is where champions rise under the Helsingborg skies. Every journey, every dream. Tonight a name will join them all. Belmonte, Troop, Hansen, Ankerdal, Johnson, Svensson, Rash. And next, who will it be? Who will it be? Who will it be? Who will it be? One player will leave Olympia Bowling carrying the trophy. A place among the legends, a place among the champions, a place in history. Hear the call. When the lights finally fade and the final ball has rolled, another story will be written, another story will be told. The champions and memories, every single name. Hear the call of the North from every corner of the world. For the players, for the fans, this is bowling, this is history, this is family, this is Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. 7 champions have answered the call. Now another name is waiting to be written. The lanes are ready, the trophy is waiting. The Hall of Champions is waiting. Hear the wind, hear the crowd, hear the North, and answer the call. Hear the call of the North.
Tonight we're writing history. The lights are on, the crowd's alive. You can feel the magic in the night. From every corner of the world we came, one dream to chase, one common flame. Every lane, every road, every heartbeat, every soul. The journey starts the moment we're here, with hope instead of fear. We came to fight, we came to fly, together reaching for the sky. One chance, one shot, one destiny. Tonight we're who we're meant to be. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. We're rising high. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. Together we can touch the sky. Every strike, every dream, stronger than we've ever been. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters. Tonight we come alive. Helsingborg shines like never before. Every cheer echoes through the floor. Champions meet, friendships grow. Every frame puts on champions. Every year the story grows. Every champion leaves the road. One more dream beneath the lights. One more battle, one more fight. The crowd remembers every name. Every hero changed the game. Through the pressure, through the fire, every winner reached higher. History is written frame by frame. Every champion earned their name. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, where legends come to play. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, a new hero every day. From the first row to the last, every moment built to last. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, forever in our hearts. Hey, hey! Jason Belmont showed the way. Kyle Troop lit up the stage. Carsten Hansen stood so tall. Matthias anchored out, inspired us all. AJ Johnson found his time. Jesper Svensson made it shine. Sean Rash wrote the latest page. Now another dream takes center stage. Who will lift the trophy high? Who will hear the crowd tonight? Every frame can change it all. Every champion starts so small. Storm, Lucky, Larson, Masters, where history comes alive.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's squad here in Helsingborg Olympia Bowling Alley in this 2026 Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. As we can see, we have a lot of action again, a lot of talented bowlers on the lanes, and scoring pace keeps going higher and higher. I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading on what are the general standings overall, all the way till today. We have Tomo still on the lead with 14 and 88. Number 2 is a previous champion, Karsten Hansen, 14 and 83. Number 3, Noel Haglund, 14 and 74. 1 pin short to that, Albin Gullstrand. Another pin short to that, last night's squad leader, Dio Bernard, 1472. Then we find Nate Purchase, 1471. So slowly the Americans start to show up, put themselves over there on the table. Number 7, Kevin Melin, 1466, with games of 300 and 299 yesterday on one of the squads he bowled. Then we find Antonino Fiorentino, 1458 from Italy, William Svensson, 1457, and top 10 at the moment, Matthias Ottning, 1456. If we go a little bit lower, we can see top 25 at the moment. Look at that. Yesterday we were talking about top 25. Let me see, I had somewhere in here and some of the predictions. 14, 15 at least, and at the moment is already at 14 and 16. So that means 14 and 13 for Emil Svensson is already out of the step 2. That means you have to wake up earlier on Sunday and bowl a little bit more. And we have up to 28 squads on 1400 or above that. Number 41 at the moment, Rami Mukula from Finland. That means the cut is already at 1371, which also means Sophie from Denmark is out of that spot with those 1370. And that means that's gonna take either a spot on the early bird or 1 spot for the girls division, which would mean that the girl division would go a lot higher to make it into the final. At the moment, the girls would be Sophie with 1370, Nora Johansson 1302, Josephine Linderoth with 1278, and Jenny Mattisen, it's on 1270. Emma Haltonen 1264, Fiona 1263, Danielle 1262. Moving on, I'll let you know a little bit of more stuff. The under 21 people. First one that will make it into the final from the under 21 will be Dan Harding with 1358 and Mons Friberg with 1355. Wouldn't be surprised if these scores go higher as well. We still have all day today, all day tomorrow. That's 8 squads more. A lot of super good bowlers that still not have any score that is sufficient for the finals. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go on today and tomorrow. So on the streaming we can see Brandon Bond, Juho Rissanen, Jake Peters, Cecile Dam, and This is, give me a second. Let's do the whole bowling alley. It's going to be a little bit easy so we don't get lost. Lanes 1 to 4, Frank Stephenson, Rasmus Olsson, Sarah Klassen, Emma Iwasawa, Emmanuel Jonsson, Simen Rixar, Bitjiriste, and Patrick Hennen. If we move to lanes 5 to 8, we can find Mario Francesco, Daniel Borner, Kevin Bucks, Brandon Allen, Elisa Hiltunen, Nicholas Muscat from Malta, Tim Stumpy, and William Berggren. Quite many of these guys have already a few squads in their back with 1350s, 1360s. That's not going to be enough. It's already on 1371 at the moment. It's going to keep going higher. Moving on, lanes 9 to 12, we find Jamie Hickey from Gibraltar. That's a tough one. Backlef Kurdulik, Gregory Roy, Pepe Constery, Ian Robinson, Carl Walgreen, Karo Hilokoki, and Bjorn Jensen. If we move all the way to 13 to 16, as we were saying before, we had Brandon Bond, Juho Rissanen, Jake Peters, Cecil Dam. Lane 15, an interesting pair. The two talented two-handed guys, Nora Jansson and Kyle Trupp. Bowling with them is Nico Oksanen and Matthias Mnakko. You can see Kyle has a spare and 5 in a row. Looks like Kyle has a better idea what to do today. Let's have a look at where he's standing, what ball is he throwing, and what kind of shape is he trying to do on the lane. So standing quite to the right, probably going to that area around 8, 9, 10. With the IQ 78 sending it a little bit out, but not too far. Let's have a look at that, so we can confirm. Even a little bit deeper. Was more like a 12-6, but it was short to the pocket, so probably trying to aim somewhere 12-6. More or less. So moving on to the last corner, we find Scott Duha, Emil Holmberg, Perek de Perez, and look at that. We have our tournament leader bowling on 17 and 18. Super talented Tomo. He has been joining us in the booth a few times, so now you have the chance to put the face under that name and under that voice, and to have a look at how easy he bowls. Bowls two hands, but he's very gentle with his wrist. It's a little bit of a mix of the new bowling and old school. There's Tomo on length 17. See how smooth that was. Missed a little bit in, obviously. Going to be a good squad for Tomo to find out how is the traffic evolving comparing to day one when he bowled, when it was not many pros on the lanes. It was a lot more local bowlers and a lot of urethane. Now it's a little bit less urethane, especially after game 2 and 3. Reactive resin becomes the main tool for almost every bowler. And the lanes are opening up and drying up much, 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 much quicker than they did the first couple of days. So bowling also on lane 19, we have another of the guys that's coming into the booth pretty often, Nate Purchase. And bowling with him is Nicholas Sorensen. And finally on lane 20, another very talented young kid. He was the winner of the PBA Youth when I was back here in last May. Iskil Lind, and bowling with Iskil we find Christopher Burke. Let's have a look at Iskil. Is doing pretty good already. Triple, double spare, and 5 in a row. Looking for one more to get the 260 to begin. That Iskil is pretty good, yeah? And why am I not surprised every time we talk about someone has a split on that shot? But Iskil's going to shoot 250, so that's a very good beginning for Iskil over there. There's a lot of striking going on lane 3 for Emmanuel Jonsson. Double 9 spare, 6 in a row. Same scoring pass for his partner on the lane. Henrik Saar there also with only strikes and 1 9 spare in the middle. And it goes for one more. It looks like today the coffee was as good as yesterday. Everybody's striking pretty good already in the early morning here in Helsingborg. Not so early for those who wake up and make some bread, but pretty early for those that went to bed late at night. Now we have Emma-E Wazawa here on lane 2. She has a very nice technique. Look at that high swing, a lot of time on the foul line. She really gripped it a little bit too much, but she definitely has quite a good technique. One of the new talents here in Europe. Another strike there as well for Rasmus Olsson. 6 in a row. And if you want to follow any of the young Swedes, we have William Berggren also striking a lot on 7 and 8. So Eskil ended up with a game of 252. He's not going to lead the squad. We have already a 260 on its way on lane 3. Possible 279. Actually, 2 of them can shoot 279. So as we can see, the scores are going high again from early in the morning. Brandon Bond also with a split in between only strikes on lane 13. That's another possible 260 over there. Look at that late strike. That was really, really late on lane 4. Let's see if we can catch it. Nah, it didn't go on. But one more, so that's 270 something already for Emmanuel, depending on how many it takes on the last one. Good morning, Silvia. Welcome back to the chat. Yes, 1371 you said yesterday, but it's going pretty high. So far from everybody that was in the booth, the highest prediction was actually yesterday afternoon when Fiona joined us in the booth. She aimed for 1393, and the lowest prediction was Dan Hardin, 1365. So that's already out of the picture. And everyone around 1376, 77, 78, 79. We have a lot of guests that were talking about that specific number for the cat, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit higher. So that was a strikeout for Emmanuel Johnson on lane 3, 279. There we go. As I said before, they have really good coffee here in Olympia. You can see it on the lanes. They have a good coffee in here, and they strike all day long. Maybe I should change the Red Bull for the coffee myself. Honestly, I don't know why I'm not sponsored by Red Bull. I've been helping them for the last 25 years. I should be helping back. Let's see what Enric Saar can do here on lane 4. Can he tie his partner in the crime and shoot 279 as well? Kyle Troop working on a 268 if he strikes out. Brandon Bond 266 if he strikes out. 259 there for William Berggren as well, with one more strike on 7 and 8. That means poor Eskil with 252 is not going to be even in the podium for the squad at the end. Maybe top 5, top 6 after game 1. One more there for Rasmus Olsson as well. And Enric Saar shot 6 on the 11th. That's going to drop him down to 265 if he spares. Quite a good game anyway. And another split for Nora there on 15 and 16. Honestly, I don't know why she keeps trying to throw that U78 outside every single squad. It looks a lot better when she puts some reactive and move in. And even on fresh, I would just grab a symmetrical reactive, put some surface on it, move probably around 13, 14, and just wait for the lane to come to you. Nice pair though for her. She can still save the par on this game. One more strike here as well for Rasmus Olsson. So it's a 258 for Rasmus if he strikes on the last one. 279 for Emmanuel Johnson. 264 for Henrik Saar. We're going to move along. Give me a second to make sure I'm going to the right lane. Yes, there we go. 15 and 6. Now you can see Nora take a shot, as I said. It looks like she's forcing herself to use urethane, and you can see how damn early that ball is reading for her, giving her no room. But probably she'll find out how to do it. She's super good, super talented, and sooner or later she's going to show that talent coming up. Let's see what Kyle can do here now. Can he strike out and go all the way to 268 as well? Nine spare on the 10th for Brandon Bond is going to shoot 245. Let's have a look at Kyle. Very similar line to what Nora is doing. All right, give me a second. So there was one more for Kyle Troop already on his way for a 257 with a 9, 268 or 267 with another strike. Let's see what he does on frame 11. Was a 236 there for Karo Hilokowski as well, and some games of 170, 180 as well. So he tells me the squad is a little bit of a mix. There can be some high scoring for some, but it's going to be interesting to see what kind of transition we find today. It has been a little bit different from squad to squad, obviously depending on what kind of shapes, bowls, and traffic the bowlers were creating. There was one more for Kyle Troop, so he's going all the way for the 260s. And we have couple of lanes yet to finish. And then we'll refresh the scores for this game one, let you know what are the true standings after one game. Have a look at Kyle taking his last shot over here. A little bit in. Yeah, you could see it was a little bit in the arrows. This time was a little bit tighter line. The ball didn't go so far outside. You see, yeah, it was on 13. It didn't go all the way out as he pretended. So let's move on. We have some people finishing here on 9, 10, 11, 12. 236 for Caro, 214 for Ian Robinson, striking out. Carl Walgren spare for a 220 game. So there was 4 or 5 guys with 250, 260, and then a couple of them with 220s, 230s, and then we suddenly dropped down to a lot of 190s, 180s. Nice shot there for Pepe. That's a beautiful strike on lane number 9. Look at the beautiful action on the pins over there. Lovely. Probably missed one board inside because she was having that look on the face like, wow, I did get that one. All right, so we are sitting here on lanes 9 to 12. We can see that William Berg and Team Stampy moved into 11 and 12. So did Nora Jansson and Kyle Troop. So we're going to stick in here for a little while we see one more shot for Pepe. That was further outside. And look at that strike. That was even funnier than the previous one. 210 were almost there, standing, but then very late pin action. Look at that one. He's going to be happy to take that double, 197 with one more strike for her.